Hello everyone, my name is Sagar and I hope you are doing well. In this video we'll talk about our main form methods. Okay, so we have three categories of methods. So we have something called form methods, we have form data source methods, and then we have form control methods as well. Okay, for now let's focus on form methods. If the video will not be longer, even we'll cover the form data methods as well, and we are going to focus only on the main methods. Okay, not every method, because we have a lot of methods. Okay, now in our last video I have simply created a table and I have written a few table method code. Okay, so what I have done, I have simply removed that piece of code from my method here, and currently I only have the find and exist method. Okay, so if we talk about our form methods, so the most critical method that you should know by heart is init method. You should know your run method, you should know your canClose and close method. Okay, so these methods are widely used. Okay, as I have limited number of fields, so I will try to cover as much as I can. Okay, for now let's focus on init method. Now even before I create an init method, I need a form first. Okay, so let me quickly create a form first. Okay, I will go it very quickly because I already have posted multiple videos how we can create different types of forms, so you can check out that. So here I can simply say sc demo form, something like this. I'm going to add this, and inside your form the most critical thing is your data source. So I'm going to add my employee data source here. Okay, and I will save it here. Now I can specify any pattern, or even I can go with the custom one as well, but for now I will go with let me go with list page here, and here I need to create three design, right? Action pane, group, and grid. Let me quickly go ahead and create one by one each of them. I will create action pane here. Okay, so I don't want to create any kind of control here, so I will simply, I should correct the name. I should write action pane or some good name, but will not follow the best practice here, because our main intention of this video is to see the form methods. Okay, then the next here we will create a group. Okay, so once you create a group here, it is saying you to ask or create some kind of filters here. So we'll simply click create a quick filter control here. I will go to new and I will come towards my bottom. Where is my quick filter control? Here we go. I will again go to my design, and here I can simply add a grid. Okay, I will click on grid, and let me blindly drag all the fields from my data source to my grid. Okay, I've dragged all the fields. Okay, second thing is that inside this grid control you have something called target control. Okay, so when you leverage this grid, you want to filter data. When you use this quick filter control, you want to get the data from this grid. So you will select this grid, form grid control 1. I will save it. Okay, so I'm done with my form. Okay, and now the second thing is that so in order to run our form, we need a menu item as well. So I will quickly go ahead and will create a display menu item. For forms we create the display menu item. For reports and classes we use action and output menu item. I will again say sc demo form, and I will add this. Now the only thing that I need in order to run my demo is this guy here. First thing is, make sure you are selecting form here, so it will come by default as you are selecting display menu item. The second thing is that select your object, so this form will be linked to this menu item. Another thing is that when I want to get this form from my module, at that time I need a label as well. So I will say sc demo form. Okay, I'm intentionally putting it as small so that you will know. Okay, so I'm done with this. Now again, one more thing is missing. I cannot directly access these forms, right? I will go here and I will open my front end. So assume that I want to link this particular form inside my accounts payable, inside this vendor. Okay, I will add my form here. So in order to do this, as this is a standard menu item, I will simply create an extension. So I'll go to menu. Here is my accounts payable. Okay, I will simply create an extension. Once I create the extension will be visible here. Okay, now I can drag my menu item inside this vendor. So I can simply copy this and I'm going to paste it here. Okay, that's it. I'm all done. Okay, now my form is ready. Okay, now the next step for me, to write the code in init method. Okay, so the scenario that I will create for my init method is, okay, init method. So first thing is that when does init method call? As soon as you click or open your form, init is one of the first method that get called. Okay, if you want to do some kind of validation at your form level, complete form level, init is the best place to write the code. Okay, now for our demo, what I will do, okay, so here what I will do, I will add two menu items here. Okay, so for example, I will add two menu items. Okay, so one menu item would be read only. Okay, and the second menu item would be like the normal one. Okay, so if I will open my form through this menu item, so my form should be uneditable. Okay, I should not able to edit anything. Okay, now in order to complete this scenario, I will need to do one thing. I will need to quickly create one more menu item here. Okay, so I can go here, I will create new item. I will again create one more display menu item. I want to show you demo. Here I will call it as sc demo form read only. Okay, something like this. I will copy this. I'm going to add this. Okay, now as soon as I completed this, I can come here and here I can select my form. So see, my form will be same only. Okay, but depending upon, my form will be same only, sc demo form, but depending upon how or from which menu item I will open the form, my form data source will change. Okay, here I can put something like okay, I'm putting this label. Okay, all right, so what I can do, I can quickly drag this one as well. Okay, I can come here and I can drag this one as well. Okay, now if I'll open the form through this one, my form should run as normal, but if I run it from this one, I want something at my form. Okay, so I go to this menu item here. So here we have multiple options. Okay, like the enum, the object, query, etc, etc. Here I have something called parameters. Okay, so here what I will do, I will add some text here. Okay, let me say it read only. Okay, and let me save this. Okay, now I will start writing code at my form. Okay, so I'll open my form. As I showed you, we have multiple levels of form, places where we can write the code. So see, we can write the code here. This is mainly called our form methods. These are form data source method. Okay, and then we can even write the code at our these fields level. Okay, if I open this one as well, again I can write code at my form controls as well. So here also I can write the code. Okay, there are multiple places. We'll try to cover most of them. Okay, but for now we are focusing on our form level. Okay, so the method that I was talking is init method. Okay, here we go. All right, so what I will do, I will write code here, and let me remove this. I can say that if I'll put a if condition, right? If this dot asks, I'll validate if I'm getting or not. Then I will check if this dot asks dot param. Okay, so inside param, if the text would be read only. Okay, read only, Let me make sure I put the same thing. Come here. Where is my parameter? Okay, here we go. Read only. Okay, all right, I think I'm good. Yeah, so if this would be condition, then I want to make my form as uneditable. Okay, I want my form to be read only. So at that moment, what I will do, I will simply write this. So you need to write your this table name here. Okay, simply pick this one. This is a data source instance. Okay, simply you can say that allow edit. You can make it false. You don't want to edit anything. Similarly, you don't want to create anything, right? Or you may want to also do not allow any delete as well. Okay, I'm putting false here so that these actions will not happen. Okay, now if my form will be opened from that menu item, so this condition will be fulfilled. Okay, so here I am done with my init method. Okay, now next let me see what else we can take. Okay, now we can take the example of our run method. So run method is usually called before your data will get displayed. Okay, so a simple example here could be, yeah, let me go here, override, and let me go to my run method. This run method, here we go. Okay, and after super, for example, let's say that you want to display the total number of active employees. Okay, so let me open the table browser here because currently I don't have any data here. So let me quickly create some data. I will say the employee number as 1. I will call it Sagar here, something like this, and this should be active. Okay, and sadly let me put some number here. Oh, okay, I think I cannot create the data because currently means I need to build it first. My table methods are running. Okay, but anyway, let's say that if you want the count of your active employees, okay, how you can display that. So for that I will simply declare my table buffer here. I will call it employee table. I can say here select, I want to count, right? I can simply say select count. I want to count rec id from my this employee table. Okay, but where my this employee table dot is active only for those employees which are active. Okay, so I can say here no yes should be yes. Okay, that's it. I can display my message. I can put my info strfmt. I can say that total active employees %1. Here I can simply say employee table dot rec id. All right. Okay, so this could be example of my run method. Okay, now let's see about our canClose and close method. Okay, let's focus on canClose now. Okay, so canClose is usually to add validation before your form closes. Okay, for example, you are doing the data entry. Okay, you are adding your employees information. Let's say that you haven't entered your employee name, so at that time you want to throw a message that you must fill your employee name. Okay, so we'll consider this example. Here we have a lot of methods again related to close, cancel. So but I'm going to focus on canClose because most of the times we use this only. Okay, so here the first thing is that I will need the current buffer of my employee table. Okay, so how I can achieve that? I can simply say sc employee data source dot cursor. So I'll get the current instance of my table buffer. Okay, I can feed this inside my new instance. Here I can say employee table. Okay, now I can check if my employee table, dot name, okay, it's employee name. Okay, if there is no data here, okay, and let me add the validation for this as well, the rec id, employee.rec id, a record should be there. Okay, then I want to throw a message. Okay, I want to say that return equals to check failed. I will enter the message, employee name must be entered. Okay, that's it here. Okay, let's compile this and see whether the code is working expected or running or not. So I'm going to build it. Alright guys, so the build is completed here, and now let me try to open my front end. And the first thing is that we created a form, so the two forms are ready here. Okay, if I click on this form here, if you see, these buttons are disabled for me. Okay, because here I have opened my form through this menu item. If I will open my form through this menu item, okay, all my validations are running. Just a second here guys. So the first thing is that let me create some record from my table browser, at least 1 or 2 employees. Okay, so this is my table browser. I will give employee id as 1, I will say Sagar, and joining date and some few random numbers. Okay, 2. Okay, I will add one more here. I will call it as 2 Rahul, and let me make it active. Again, date of joining, let me enter some, and here also salary, something like this. Okay, let me create one more here. Let me say it as John. Okay, and this will be inactive. I'm keeping it inactive, and let me say the salary is something like this. Okay, save this. Okay, so we have written 3 methods, right? We have written init method, we have written our run method, and then we have written our which method, close. I think no, not close, we focused on canClose. Okay, so the first thing is that init method. Okay, now if I will refresh this form, okay, so the first thing is that the total active employees is 2. Okay, so you can see that from your table browser you only have 2 employees that are active. Okay, so it means this piece of code is working nicely. Where is my run method? Here we go. Okay, my run method is working nicely. Second validation is, yeah, and the first one is this one. Okay, init method. Okay, and if I will open my form, let me duplicate this tab. So here you can see that these methods are disabled. Okay, but if I'll open my form through this sc demo form, so you can see here the buttons are enabled. Okay, so this completes my init method as well. If my form will be only read only, if my menu items, that is this one, then this will be disabled. Okay, through this it is enabled, so I can create a new record here. Okay, so this code is also working. Okay, now let's see our next code, this one, canClose. Okay, so here I have written the code that the employee name should not be blank. Okay, so what I can do, I can come here, I can go to my edit form, let me go to this form here, or let me create a new record here. I will call it 4. Okay, this data source is having problem, so let me go here and check my form property. I will quickly check my data source property here. This looks good. Okay, here if you see, this has been no, so I will change it to yes, and let me do a build now here. So this problem should go. I don't know why it gets to no. I will do a build and then we'll test this scenario as well. Alright guys, so there is one more issue here. So this one is causing here because it is going to be true only, right? Because we'll have the record in this one. So if I remove this, okay, then this should work. So let me do a build now. Alright guys, so the build is completed now. If I'll try to edit here and let me try to save this, and if I try to exit it, here it will say that employee name must be entered. So let me enter some random name here, and if I'll try to save and come back, so it will allow me. Okay, similarly if you will again go here, put some random numbers here, or let me not simply save this and come back, so we'll see I will get these error messages. Okay, so I think we have seen example of this as well. We have seen example of run as well, and the canClose as well. Here the issue was that because the rec id will definitely be there, right? Okay, as soon as we'll click on save, the rec id will get saved. Okay, so we'll only close the form later on, right? So that's why I need to remove that piece of code here. Okay, and then it's working as expected. Okay, thank you for watching this video.